Right, yes then. The people, New Scotland Yard. Try visit, third visit.
Speak loud.
Yeah. Funny circumstances today. I can't really speak on it too much, but let's just say I'm not alone. I'm being audited right now, so make of that what you will. But someone's auditing the auditor right now, so yeah, gonna see if we can get some activity. Again, I've been here 3 times, so you would hope or you would expect that they're getting the message by now. And yeah, I don't know what else is left to say, I guess. Don't forget to go to coleycoin.com, where you can invest in Coleycoin, crowdfund civil claims as chosen via the community.
The scene opens outside New Scotland Yard under unusual circumstances. The narrator hints at ongoing scrutiny, suggesting they are not alone in observing events. With prior visits already logged, expectations are set for a familiar response. The aim today remains simple: document interactions and assess how authorities respond to public filming.
Don't forget. So yeah, just gonna set up shop here, see if we can get any worthy footage. May even go around the side if needs be. I see Pod go around the side, could go around the side, so stand by, we'll pick it back up. Hi there.
How you doing?
Yeah, not bad, thanks.
Good. Reason we come out here, you've
Yeah.
been seen on camera taking certain pictures
Yeah,
around Ministry of Defence,
yeah.
one of which is the simplex lock on the car park, and also
As preparations continue, the narrator positions themselves strategically, scanning the surroundings for potential activity. Nearby features, including access points and surveillance areas, are noted. The intention is to capture meaningful footage while remaining within public space, setting the stage for another encounter that may unfold at any moment.
cameras on the main building.
Right.
Can you ask the reason for that?
I'm just making a video.
Of
The New Scotland Yard, MOD.
okay, can we have a look at the footage that you've taken of the Ministry of Defence?
No, I'm afraid not, no.
Right, under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act 2000, we are able to view footage.
I wouldn't suggest, what's the need for that?
Right, it was just as my colleague was saying, you just spotted you on camera, you were filming just various parts of it. I think one of the things that was most concerned was the lock of the thing.
I wasn't even aware of any lock, to be fair. It's innocent filming. We don't need to do the Section 43 route. Like, we can have a chat about it. This isn't anything hostile or anything like that.
That's what we want to do. It's basically,
Yeah, but it's an infringement.
Moments later, police officers approach calmly. Their concern centers on recent filming activity, particularly near sensitive government locations. They reference specific areas captured on camera, including entry systems and surveillance equipment, and begin asking questions to understand the purpose behind recording these details.
Infringement of my rights, though, if you do that.
well, it's not really an infringement of your rights. We're having a chat because of you've been seen to take certain footage of certain sensitive areas of the Ministry of Defence building.
But this is all from a public place.
Yeah, but why would you be looking at the lock on the south car park?
To be fair, I didn't have no concentrated concerted effort looking at no lock. Like, there wasn't a.
Okay, well, we wouldn't know that unless we saw the footage.
You can't take my word for
Do you
it.
mind speaking up? The sound ain't
I'm sure this.
honestly, I really need
I'm
this.
sure this gentleman
Just speak
can
louder.
hear us.
I can hear you.
So it's not a question of taking your word for it. We need to satisfy.
You don't need
our-
to.
Well, we do, because we've been called out here specifically because the control room operator, we've seen what you've been up to there. It's obviously aroused.
The narrator explains that the footage is part of a public interest video focused on New Scotland Yard and its surroundings. While acknowledging the officers' concerns, they maintain that the filming is innocent and conducted from a lawful position, emphasizing that no hostile intent exists behind the activity.
A bit concerned from their point of view as to why you're doing it.
So what do you think I'm doing? Like, why do you think I'm doing
I
it?
don't know. That's where we're having the chat.
Could you tell us why you're filming it?
I don't need
why
to
are you
have a
making
reason. I
video?
don't need to. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, move out of the way.
I'm just making a video. It's for a matter of public interest.
Okay.
The public are interested in such things. I'm not interested in any security arrangements. This is passive filming. That's all. There's no more to it than that.
You're more than it's your entitlement to take video or pictures.
Thank you.
But from our point of view, you can appreciate this is the government security zone. You've got a lot of sensitive buildings here. We have had several terrorist attacks very close by, and so from the police's security point of view, they're very.
Officers reference powers under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act 2000, explaining their authority to request access to footage when suspicion arises. They stress the importance of verifying whether any material could pose a security concern, particularly in a high-risk government security zone.
Concerned about what they call hostile reconnaissance, where somebody might be making notes, taking pictures or footage of sensitive areas, cameras, etc., which might be of benefit if someone were to be carrying out a criminal. Or
I think that would be done covertly, though, hostile
well,
reconnaissance.
not necessarily, no. It's done in all different sorts of ways.
So do you think that this is an act of hostile reconnaissance?
Well, I don't know.
Well, you need to go based on what you do know. I don't feel like the threshold's been met to make any sort of claim to hostile reconnaissance.
Well,
not at this moment, anyway.
Right, the threshold is we can't. We don't know what the footage is. So if we view the footage, then we can satisfy ourselves whether it is or it isn't.
But we're having a conversation.
That's our point.
I'm making assurances. I'm letting you know that I haven't had
And
any.
you're satisfied it is that person.
I haven't had it.
The narrator challenges the necessity of such measures, suggesting that open dialogue should suffice. They reiterate that their actions are transparent and non-threatening. The conversation remains composed, with both sides attempting to balance individual rights and public safety responsibilities.
Like a vested interest in any of the security
But like I say,
arrangements.
that's your word. I don't know you. You don't know.
No, but
me.
this isn't a police state. Not everyone's an unknown risk. Like,
It's not a police state. It's a
Yeah.
democratic,
absolutely,
free and transparent.
it's a
society.
free society.
But
So
that doesn't then give people carte blanche to commit criminal acts.
I'm not committing a criminal act.
I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying that within any free democratic society, there are guidelines, rules, or regulations.
and there are no rules or regulations that prohibit me taking photos from a public place.
There aren't, but then we need to be satisfying ourselves that those photographs, that footage, isn't something more sinister. And the only way we could do that is by seeing what footage.
But some intel has just come through, so you've just identified me.
Okay.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. So yeah, is this for a YouTube channel?
Police outlined their perspective, highlighting the concept of hostile reconnaissance. They explain that security features could potentially aid criminal intent, even if conducted openly. The narrator counters by suggesting such activity would more likely be carried out discreetly, not in plain sight.
Something like that. So you're filming the interaction that's going on here.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? So you're trying to film.
Well, yeah.
I suppose the subsequent stuff after the initial bit. You want to film the police reaction.
Yeah, the idea is to gauge the reaction from the authorities and see if they're going to respect my rights to film. So if we can,
Absolutely. Colleagues, I would absolutely respect anyone,
Thank you.
including your, like you said, we live in a free, transparent, democratic society. But like I've said, the flip side of that is we need to protect everyone within that society to be able to go about their lawful business without fear of potential terrorist attacks, criminal activity. The only way we can do that to satisfy ourselves is by looking at the footage.
I can't. I think we can come to a resolution without that.
Well, not really,
without that
because
channel.
we don't know what you.
Despite differing views, officers emphasize that uncertainty alone justifies further inquiry. Without reviewing the footage, they argue it is difficult to rule out risk. The narrator maintains that their verbal assurances should be sufficient, reinforcing their stance on civil liberties.
Taken. So,
I don't even know what I've taken, to be honest.
well, if we could both look through it together, and then you could refresh your memory, and we could satisfy ourselves that there's no untoward behaviour. And
There isn't, but I don't want to. I don't want to compromise my right. The whole point is it's a civil rights thing.
Well, you won't be compromising your right because you're not. At this moment, you're not detained. You're not in any way.
Yeah, but I'm in a public place. I don't have to account or satisfy that I'm not here for criminal activity. Do you understand? Like,
I get where you're coming from. Mate.
Yeah.
Try and see where we're coming from as well. Yeah, we're here to do. We're trying to keep everyone safe. That includes yourselves, includes the people that work in this building. So all my colleagues, he's right in what he's saying there. Obviously, you were filmed, and it was a bit odd. It looked like you were filming. Particularly, I remember the lock on the gate was mentioned, which is a secure car park towards.
The exchange reflects a broader tension between security protocols and individual freedoms. Officers insist that safeguarding the public requires verification, while the narrator underscores that lawful filming in public spaces is not inherently suspicious or unlawful.
Why is it so easily accessible? Like, if it's so secure, like, you should have barriers that stop members of the public just kind of walking through there and taking photos.
That is MOD land, so it's not public land, that part. It's actually MOD land.
But the pit, I was
implied access. You're right. Yeah. Implied access. So, as you're saying, yeah, you're filming, as it were, in a public area.
But like, you've identified me. Like, you probably know my name. Like, you know who I am.
So yeah, what is your name? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm not going to give it, but I assume that it come through on the radio.
Yeah, but I want to just make sure
it will be the same person. I'd rather you wouldn't say it.
I've not met you before.
Because obviously under data protection, you can't say my name in public. But it probably will be that same name. But if we can come to some sort of resolution without me having to show.
As the discussion continues, the narrator clarifies their purpose. Documenting authority responses to public filming. This approach, often described as auditing, aims to observe whether rights are respected. Officers acknowledge this explanation, maintaining a professional and measured tone throughout.
The footage without me being detained, I think both of us will look better for it.
Yeah, you're not detained, like my colleague said, you're not detained or anything.
Yeah,
like
I know.
But
I'm not going to consensually let you go through the phone.
Okay.
That's my position. Like, I'm not trying to be difficult.
If it's public land, why can't someone...
It's not public land, that's MOD land.
Okay.
But you have implied access, but MOD do reserve the right to obviously revoke that access.
Is this public land?
This is public land.
Where we were was also public.
Outside the Scotland Yard, yeah.
So truly you think it was well within your right to film?
That's right, yeah. Again, I suppose there's a bit of a grey area due to the sensitivity of the building. Naturally, they're going to ask questions and prompt the reasons as to why we're here, what we're filming. They're saying that
Both parties begin to recognize each other's positions. Police reaffirm their duty to protect sensitive locations, particularly given historical security threats nearby. The narrator, meanwhile, stresses transparency and accountability within a democratic society.
We had a concerted interest in, was it the lock you mentioned?
Yeah, that's what I remember being told was a lock.
Yeah, so they're a little bit concerned about me allegedly filming the lock to the MOD. So we're just trying to find a resolution. Again, this is a civil rights movement, so I can't just consensually show them the phone, give them details. As you know, we're not here for any hostile purpose, but due to the nature of what we're doing, I wouldn't be doing my job if I was to simply comply. And you can appreciate that, right?
No, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I understand completely, mate. But I appreciate what you said to your friend here. You can kind of see where we're coming from as well. We've got,
But we can have a chat. We can have a chat about it.
Yeah,
You've identified me.
That's what we're doing, and that's why, ideally,
The request to view footage remains central. Officers explain that reviewing the material would quickly resolve concerns. However, the narrator hesitates, believing that voluntary compliance could undermine the principle of exercising lawful rights.
Obviously, we'd like to just resolve it through a conversation, which is why my colleague did ask if he could essentially have a look at it, because then that kind of speeds things up and he can satisfy his need to view it.
So you want to look at his footage?
That's a negative. My colleague has asked that, yeah.
Under what section?
I need to make a call.
Inevitably, it will be Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, where they have to reasonably suspect the person of being involved in terrorist.
It's basically like our control room has seen you taking footage of pretty much the whole building line, also down the south ramp.
Yeah.
Which is looking into, that's sort of a little bit, I would suggest, excessive.
The interaction remains calm and respectful. The narrator acknowledges the officer's professionalism while standing, firm on their decision. They emphasize that being in a public place does not require justification for recording, provided no laws are broken.
For just doing,
Who constitutes what's excessive? This is all it can all be seen from public.
Well, it can, right, from our point of view...
Google Earth could capture all those same images.
Yeah, it could do, I'm sure it can do. From our point of view, we need to satisfy ourselves that there is nothing untoward. And the only way we could do that is by you showing the footage.
Okay, I'm not prepared to do that.
There is legislation in place that would compel you to show us that footage.
But you haven't met the required threshold for a Section 43 search.
Well, what is the required threshold?
There's photography guidance on the Met Police website that says photography in itself is not grounds for a search. So it's just something you need to consider. If you want a launch of that, it's certainly something I would consider. Again, I feel like we can find a resolution.
Officers continue to explain their reasoning, referencing reports from surveillance operators who flagged the activity. Specific attention to security features raised concern, prompting the response. The narrator questions whether such accessibility should exist if it is truly sensitive.
Without the need to do that.
What is your suggestion?
My suggestion is just to, take my words. Obviously, I've been identified.
Right, okay.
So I'm not affiliated to any such terrorism or anything like that. I'm not here to breach the security of the HQ.
When you say you've been identified, are you known to police then? Police?
Yeah, I suppose, for doing what I'm doing. Not for anything untoward.
Not suggesting that.
I'm not an angel, but
well, yeah, we're all human beings.
Yeah.
Right, so you are known to police on the PNC. You'd be known on PNC.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want me to phone control?
Well,
So again, I don't need to satisfy anything, to be fair. I'm in a public place. Some people could.
The discussion turns to identification. Officers appear to recognize the narrator's work, suggesting prior encounters or known activity. This recognition subtly shifts the tone, as familiarity reduces uncertainty about the individual's intentions.
Call this like soft auditing, or maybe I'm doing more than what I need to, but listen, whatever, they got a job to do as well. I want to try to do this in a mature, grown-up way, find a resolution that's going to satisfy each party. Again, I could just exercise my right to not speak. I don't need to account for my filming or my presence in a public place. That being said, these guys have been friendly, so I see no reason as to why I can't offer them some explanation. Some intelligence has already been they've been already made aware of some intelligence. They've identified me. So you do realise I don't need to account for anything. I don't need to assist you. I don't need to. I could just stay silent, but because you've been polite.
You can.
Despite this, the narrator maintains their position, declining to share footage voluntarily. They explain that their work involves testing boundaries respectfully, and immediate compliance would contradict the purpose of documenting such interactions.
You've got the right to silence, but you've also got to understand from our point of view, because of the job we do, you cannot expect police throughout the UK to take somebody's word for something, because if that was the case, no crime would be solved, no crime would be investigated. I'm not suggesting for one moment that I suspect you of a crime.
Good.
What I'm trying to do, ascertain, is what are the pictures, what the images you've taken and why you've taken them. That's all it is. And once we can ascertain that, if we saw the footage or the pictures, that there was no suspicious nature to them, then you're free to carry on and enjoy your day. But from our point of view, we need to satisfy any suspicions. That's why we've been called out here.
Sure.
And it's not just us, it's the police control room that's seen you on camera.
A second voice joins the exchange, reinforcing the officer's perspective while acknowledging the narrator's reasoning. Both sides continue to seek a balanced resolution, demonstrating a willingness to communicate rather than escalate.
It's raised their suspicions enough to call my colleague and myself out to have a chat with you.
I understand, but obviously I've offered you the courtesy of an explanation. I've engaged.
Yeah.
When I'm within my right not to do so.
And I've reciprocated.
Of course.
By courteously asking you if I could see the footage.
I know, but again, this is what I'm doing is an act of I'm exercising my civil rights. For me to kind of comply, I don't feel like I've done anything wrong. So for me to just comply and show you the footage would be me compromising my rights. Does that make sense?
Well, not really, no. Because if I was out and about taking pictures, the police officer said what pictures are you taking, and to explain, if you're taking pictures of the buildings over there, that's not an issue. Because it's the Ministry of Defence.
The narrator reflects on the situation, describing it as a form of soft auditing. They aim to engage constructively rather than provoke confrontation, recognizing that cooperation can sometimes lead to more effective outcomes for all involved.
Cameras, entrances, exits, combination locks.
But what could I possibly do with this footage? I don't understand.
It could be footage that could be of value to someone who has got more sinister motives or intentions.
But those
that's not for for us to comment. All we can do is comment on the footage or the pictures that we've seen, and if we're satisfied that that's not suspicious, then that's the end of the matter.
I see.
Yeah. So.
All right, they're going to deliberate now. More information has been passed through control, so...
Do you think it's legal what they're doing, Coley?
Oh, they haven't done anything yet.
Yeah.
They haven't done anything yet. It would be illegal.
Officers explain the legal threshold required for further action under counter-terrorism powers. They acknowledge that filming alone may not meet this standard, indicating a careful consideration of legal boundaries before proceeding.
For them to use Section 43 power to search my phone, because in order to use Section 43 you need to reasonably suspect that someone is here for a terrorist purpose. Reasonable suspicion is based on objective grounds. Objective basis kind of pertains to facts, things they already know. So for example, if I'd been identified as someone that was affiliated with terrorism, that would be the objective basis.
Right, okay, so yeah, I spoke to my colleague. I'm happy that so yeah, we believe you identified you, Coley Burks.
Yep.
I believe you're police officer, you've got your own YouTube channel.
Yep.
As you are filming this interaction here, I believe that is your intention to what you're doing.
Yes.
So I've kind of steered away from the Section 43.
Excellent.
Okay, but just to let you know, we will be doing an intelligence report submission to
As deliberation continues, additional information is relayed through police channels. This internal communication influences the final decision, highlighting the layered nature of modern policing and the reliance on intelligence systems.
this interaction that's happening here. So if you were to be doing, you're doing it again, other officers might find that.
Don't get so close.
What's up with the firearm there?
Yeah.
Other officers might find that suspicious in itself as well.
Sorry, I don't mean to
All right?
interrupt, but could you speak?
I'm sorry.
This isn't a photo shoot. Like they're trying to do a job.
But
Like
it's not the whole interaction legally. This will also help you. So
Alex, I
raise your
think
voice.
you explained
I've explained, as long as
basically
you're
that,
happy
that's
and you
what's going to
understand
happen.
I'm happy with that.
And like my colleague said, another officer
Yeah.
that you come across, they might approach it slightly differently.
Okay.
And like my colleague said, you're on camera here because we've got loads of security cameras. There'll be an intel report going forward.
Yeah.
So you'll be on a system available for police briefings, but
Understood.
we appreciate your.
Ultimately, officers decide not to pursue further action under Section 43. Instead, they opt to document the interaction for intelligence purposes, ensuring a record exists without infringing on the narrator's rights.
One of this number of
Quote-unquote auditors. Yeah.
yeah.
So there'll
Whatever
be no
that means.
Section 43 use today.
No.
Not at this moment.
Today.
The control tool to defend the unit, just for your awareness, there is further more police to be ordered outside.
There's more police auditors, were they?
Apparently, yeah.
God, you lot are busy today, man.
But yeah, and we appreciate you. I know you said earlier, you understand where we're coming from. Obviously, you are in the government security zone.
Yeah.
Threat level is increased at the minute.
We're on severe now, basically.
severe,
Terrorism threat is severe, and that's the main reason. I think the only thing that remains to be said is beautiful day.
Yeah,
Enjoy the
thank
rest
you.
of your day.
Thanks. Can I ask one question?
Yeah.
You just had something come through on the radio.
Yeah.
Something about other police auditors.
I can't.
You
say-
can't divulge.
No, it's
Understood.
what's come over the radio.
Fair enough.
It's,
All right.
police ears, unfortunately.
The conversation concludes on a positive note. Officers reiterate their responsibilities within a high-security area, while acknowledging the narrator's lawful activity. Mutual respect is maintained, and both sides appear satisfied with the outcome.
Can I ask you both to identify, please?
I'm PC 2099, Ministry of Defence Police,
Yep.
based at the main building there.
Yep. And
Yeah, 2105.
what does OFC stand for?
Operational Firearms Command.
Understood. All right, gents. Well, thanks. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Yeah, we'll do.
Interaction.
All right.
Thank
All
you.
right. Goodbye.
You haven't seen a clear plastic folder.
All right. So, just had the interaction with the two OFCs, was it Operational Firearms Command. I don't know. Was that a little bit soft auditing? Like, I don't know. At the end of the day, I feel like at times you need to work with the authorities to find a timely resolution. I could have just kind of stayed there quietly, been intrusive, and maybe forced their hand a little bit. But as they were...
After the officers depart, the narrator reflects on the encounter. They note that cooperation, when met with professionalism, can lead to smoother resolutions. The balance between asserting rights and maintaining dialogue is emphasized.
polite, they use their kind of interpersonal skills. I figured Let's try and let this unfold in a way where, you know, my rights are respected and they're also satisfied that I'm not here for any funny motives, right? So that's that. We're doing a little documentary right now, auditing documentary. So that's the lady there with the cameras. She's just speaking with them. So she was butting in a few times, putting the camera right to their face. Damn, she don't give a toss. But anyway, yeah, that's going to conclude that. Don't forget to go to colycoin.com. We're launching our own cryptocurrency where you'll be able to crowdfund.
The video closes with a broader reflection on public filming and accountability. The narrator highlights the importance of respectful engagement between citizens and authorities, leaving viewers with a clear message. Understanding both rights and responsibilities is key to navigating such encounters effectively.
Fund and leverage the outcome of civil claims. The community will be able to vote on which claims they want the coin to crowdfund. So that's the latest of that. Follow my Instagram, Burks_2H. Follow the Discord chat where we can chat. Follow the Telegram crypto channel where we can chat all things crypto, all things Colycoin. And yeah, other than that, beautiful day. Might hit up a few more spots. And yeah, peace.